Hey, how you guys doing? Hey, you ever have a few cold ones and then nod off for a little bit and have like a little daydream? That's what just happened to me. I'm out here in my front porch and I had a few and nodded off and had a little dream about saving David Duke. Yeah. So I had a conversation with God in this dream, and I asked God. I said, God, what is wrong with David Duke? How did David Duke end up on the wrong road? How did David end up in the wrong path? And God said to me, Jeff, the problem with David Duke is that David suffers from an extreme case of an inferiority complex. David is riddled and rife with just insecurities, which then leads to his fear of people, and his anger then comes out, and his hatred of others. And it just really bothered me, and I walked away thinking, I wish there was something I could do to help David. I'll bet David never even made love with a black woman, I thought. I'll bet David's never even made love with a voluptuous all over Latina. And then it hit me. And I thought, I know what David needs to do. David needs to do what I did in 1978 when I was 16 years old. 1978, I was standing at a bus stop on Lindbergh Boulevard in St. Louis, Missouri. I had just come from a job interview across the street from a motel to try to get a job driving an ice cream truck. My buddies and I, we had licenses. We just got our license, but none of us had cars. So I figured if I got this job, we could use the ice cream truck to drive around and party in, which we did. But that's another story. But anyway, so I'm standing at this bus stop, and I hear this guy screaming across 4 lanes of traffic at me. And I look over, and there's this guy in a car yelling at me, this black guy, and I can't hear what he's saying. I'm like, I can't hear you, and, I don't know what he's saying. I don't know why he's yelling at me. I figured he would just drive off. No, he does a U-turn and pulls up right in front of me, drives over 4 lanes of traffic. And so I walk over to the passenger side window, and inside the car, sitting on the passenger seat, was a beautiful, beautiful and sexy black woman. And just beautiful lips and beautiful eyes and beautiful smile. She had flawless skin, a sexy physique. She was wearing this tube top. She had on some blue jeans and white tennis shoes. And anyway, he finally says to me, he says, hey, would you be interested? She wants to know if you want to go and have some fun with us. And so I said, well, I got to go fill out some applications down the street. It's, I'm trying to get a job, da-da-da-da. We kind of went back and forth with it. She chimed in a little bit. And then as he was about to pull off, he says to me, you'll never have another opportunity like this for the rest of your life. And I thought about that for a second. I looked at her, and I got in the back seat. And so then he asked me, he says, hey, where's that motel that has the X-rated movies in it? I didn't know where it was at. But turned out it was at the Henry VIII Motel, which was right next to the motel that I had just come from filling out the job applications. And so anyway, we went over there and pulled up, and he went inside to get the room. And he said he was 27 at the time, and she was 19, he told me, and I was 16. So she was drinking they were both drinking these little champagnes, just like little bottles of champagne. So they gave me a couple. I started sucking them down. And then we got the room, and she's saying, it's no trip, Jeff. It's no trip. We can have our little fun, and then you can go anytime you want, Jeff. And I'm trying to ease my mind, I guess. So we pulled up to the door and smoked a joint before we went in the room, and then went in the room and sat down on the edge of the bed and turned on these cheesy 1978 motel movies, X-rated movies, if you can imagine what those were about. And she got up, went to the bathroom, and when she came back, she said, I could see that her zipper was a little unzipped on her blue jeans. And she sat down between the both of us, and after a few minutes, we laid her back, and for the next, say, 2.5, 3 hours, we had a time of it. we had a real close connection there. I mean, him and I didn't do anything together, but that's neither here nor there. To each his own. But yeah, we had a good time. It was one for the memory books. And so I got up, took a shower, and came out, and we said our goodbyes and hugged, and I went back across to the bus stop and went home. And So, David, here's my advice for you. Go out and find yourself a black guy. Yeah, find a black guy, make him your friend, and then once you're friends with him, you two go out and wherever you're going to go, a bar or something, I don't know, and find a woman, a willing participant that would like to go with the two of you, and then go to a motel or a hotel, whatever. You don't have to go to the Henry VIII Motel, any place you want, David. And the three of you go in there, and for 2-3 hours, David, I want you to have the time of it like I did. David, I want you to let yourself go like you've never let yourself go before. I want you to let it rip, David. Okay? And after about 2 or 3 hours of that closeness, after you take your shower and you come out and you walk outside the door of the motel, David, you're going to be a changed man. All your insecurities are going to go away. All your fears are going to go away. Which means all of your hatred and negativity is going to go away. So that when you go up to heaven and meet God face to face, David, you won't have to bow your head in shame for what you've done down here on earth and the things that have come out of your mouth about other people. No, God will have known that you have changed before you came up there. And so the chance for you is now, David, to change before you get up to heaven. And so, David, now that I've cured you, here's all I ask of you. Spread the word. Go out and meet as many men as you possibly can and convince them and convert them to be the fine, decent, honorable, fearless, secure men that God wants all of us to be. So all of the hatred will go away, all the fear will go away, and everything that comes out of your mouth, David, will be nothing but love, peace, and happiness, and it'll just be filled with all positive messages instead of anything negative. And David, I know you can do it. We all know you can do it. And so time is running out, but the time is now. And so I hope you follow this path, which will take you in the right direction. So thank you for listening. God bless you, and stay safe out there.